Last time on the Ties That Bind, the demented tongue twister struck again, leaving the town of Coldreach with no magistrate to uphold law or order. In a desperate effort to resolve the case quickly, acting mayor Darren Fjord appointed the Connollys as interim magistrates of the town. With no end of suspects, Wolfgang, Denier, and Osmo continued to collect clues, but soon came under attack from a mysterious cloaked figure. The morning brought even more confusion to the mystery, as another mysterious elf going by the name Hackless entered the scene, decked out with magic items. This introduction was cut short, however, as Wolfgang's cousin, Magnus, was discovered murdered. The streets run red with blood this morning. Who will be next? So Miguel is still shaking Magnus, basically, who's still sitting there with that horrific grin on his face, a hole punched straight in his chest. Looked like it goes straight into where his heart is.
Any blood?
Wake up, brother. No blood on the scene. Come on. Don't leave me like this!
Wolfgang is just kind of silent.
Where were you lot?
We were out investigating the house of the previous murder.
Damn cocky bastard. Going to... This is why we travel in pairs, Magnus! Travel in pairs!
I'm so sorry.
It can't be helped now.
We're all prepared for this eventuality, us Connollys. But it doesn't make it any harder. Or it doesn't make it any easier. Miguel.
Yeah.
The only thing we can do now is track down whoever did this and make them pay.
Yeah. All right. He sits up, kind of averts his eyes from the horrific grin on Magnus's face. Just kind of raises up and closes his eyes.
I'm gonna kneel down towards Magnus and I'm gonna examine him further. Are his eyelids and tongue still...
Everything seems to be intact. This, despite there not being any blood on the scene, this feels different.
Going to quietly note that. Out
of character,
so
what do his eyes look like?
When they were open, they were just kind of staring straight ahead with this, like, kind of crinkled because of this, this horrific grin he had on his face.
I'm going to go ahead and do the thing where I slowly lower my hand over their face and I close his eyes.
Yeah. His eyes are closed and Miguel has started kind of like taking in the room. He's trying to collect himself. Let's see how he's doing with that. He actually seems pretty like stone-faced right now. He's just looking around the room trying to take everything in.
He's man on a mission mode.
Yeah.
All right. So the previous body that was in there is still there, right?
Yes. Still sitting where it is. It looks a little moved, though. Like something bumped it. And if you want to... Just by looking around the room, you can tell there was a bit of a scuffle here. Like, there's been some stuff moved around, some stuff shifted. Obviously, there was a fight. Your cousin did not go down without one.
So is there no blood on the room?
No, not a single drop. I mean, that you can see at the very least.
Looks like he didn't make it easy.
Of course he wouldn't. Crossbow bolts in the walls. There's the front window's broken. Doesn't look like anything big went through it. Looks like a crossbow shot outside. Like it's about the size of a crossbow, like that a crossbow bolt might make through a window.
Denier,
Yeah.
the crystal.
Yeah. I'm going to pull out the crystal and I'm going to check it. I think I might have an idea.
As you check the crystal, it's pulsing about the same as it is usually around this part of town.
I think somebody with magic did this. And I'll walk over slowly and I'll crouch down. Look at the smile. This right here is a low-level enchantment.
Oswald peeks in.
remember it.
What enchantment?
It's a spell meant to incapacitate. You hit the person with this spell, they fall to the ground, and they begin laughing maniacally. If this is a spell that I'm thinking about, either a bard or a wizard is our killer.
Are you sure?
Those are the only people that I've ever seen able to actually cast this kind of spell.
Can you... Okay, hold on before you say that. I had a bunch of spell scrolls. Could the spell be imbued onto a scroll?
Yes.
Oh, well.
That's one thing that I was thinking about. It's also possible that it could be inside of an item, like a wand or something, but a spell of that kind, it would be unlikely to be sold all just willy-nilly like that.
A wand of hideous laughter. Well,
Look, normally spells don't have results like this upon death. He knew that as soon as the spell hit, he was done for. I can only assume that in his last moments, he put every ounce of his focus into keeping this smile on his face, to burn it into his face, to tell us, to give us this clue what's happening to him.
Nick, I'm gonna ask you a question. I don't want to imply anything. Okay.
Sure.
What in the interaction last week when we were in the town square and we were approached by Fezziwig?
Mm-hmm.
He interacted with my character and one of the brothers. Who was the brother he interacted with? Because I recall the brother
He interacted with all of you, basically, just both of them specifically.
Okay.
Well, if this is bardic magic, then our perpetrator would be Fezziwig. But if this is a magical item, Hackless might be who we're looking for.
We do have a part of the cloak.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
This list of people we have right now. We got a couple suspects now. I say, we sit them all down. We pull out your little crystal to see who it rubs, who it lights up for. At this point, we're running around wondering where he is. He's clearly someone we've already talked to. I believe that so much. There's something more going on here than what happened before.
I think you're right.
I think there are 3 potential suspects, if I can be so bold. I know this is your place of expertise, fighting monsters. It's not what I signed up for, but I'll deal with it. But I do know when people lie. There are 3 suspects who I thought were weird this entire time. Fezziwig is number 1. That gentleman, Hackless, who sat down this morning. If he is the killer, man, he's a ballsy son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Sitting down right in front of us, didn't want you touching his robe. Remember that, Denier?
Yeah, I do.
He did
And
show
another
us
one.
what it does, though. which
He
is also
does.
old.
But then the lady who saw the kill never saw what the guy looked like. She said she couldn't see his face. If you recall that. What's her face?
Uriel.
Sandra. No, Sandra, the girl who saw the killing happen.
Sandra never saw a killing.
Oh, so
Sandra's
Sandra.
the barmaid.
I'm sorry, getting all the names wrong. Who's the girl? Who's the girl who saw the second killing?
That would be. Sorry, give me a second here. Madeline Harcroft.
Madeline.
Thank you.
Madeline said she couldn't see his face, if I recall correctly.
Am I correct, Nick?
Yes.
And finally, and this is a long shot just from the timetable, because there's something that's strange about Clara and Sandra. Clara appeared before the killing started. This town, however, killed Sandra's daughter. That's why the statue outside is melted. And the people who were I don't know. But it's too...
Motivation, revenge.
Why not? And at this point, maybe they could be putting out a fire. There's something else going on here. But we know it's one of them. It has to be. Otherwise, we are truly screwed.
Well, there's still one place we haven't looked. And I point out to the original body that we first saw. His residence. That might tell us something.
Shall we scene change? Because that's perfect. That's a perfect scene change. That would be.
Yeah, works for me. You head to the place where Mr. Faris Harcroft lived. Right now, you are in the home of Bjorn Pilton. Mr. Harcroft was the former mayor of the town, and he was the body that you exhumed the other day.
we super zoomed his body.
Yes, and then reburied it. It was Magnus that did the digging and burying.
Well, no one can blame him for it.
Yeah, anybody who has problems with him can take it up with him now. And yeah, you make your way there. The front door is locked, but I'm going to assume that you guys aren't going to have too much issue getting it through.
Yeah, probably not.
Miguel would probably just break the fucking thing open.
Yeah, he's going to be Spartan kicking a lot of stuff open, pretty sure.
Yeah, he's stone-faced, but there is a deep hidden rage within him right now. You get into Mr. Harcroft's place, and it smells like old, dingy, like this place hasn't been aired out in a couple of weeks kind of smell. Like a little bit of dust floating in the air. And it's dark. Nothing's lit up. The windows, curtains are all drawn and stuff. But the furniture in this main room is arranged the same way as it was in that other place where the body was found. There's a nice clear spot in the middle.
Does it look like everything was moved to fit that?
Yes. Looks like everything was kind of shifted around so that the body could be positioned where it was. And as you enter this place, it's pretty nice, like the rest of these places that you've been going into. Seems mostly stone construction, but there's actually wood on the stairs and on the banister that leads upstairs.
Hey,
On this first level, there is what seems to be a room leading into a study and a kitchen area off in the back under the stairs that kind of leads further into the building.
Real fast, Nick, by the way, just noticing a couple of comments. They say your mic is like 10% lower than ours. They're just wondering if you could...
Boosted.
There we go. Cool. No worries. Sorry. Continue on.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, that's the description of this place. Where would you like to examine, or what would you like to do in here?
What are you thinking, Wolfgang?
We should spread out. Each take a different room.
Pairs, right?
Pairs.
All right, Denier, you're with me. Where do you want me to go look?
Let's take a look at the study.
All right, we'll take the study, leave the Connolly family to work.
Osmo turns and awkwardly walks away. You can tell Osmo just doesn't know what to do or say right now because family just fucking died.
Yeah. Miguel starts like very silently, like he just kind of nods and like nudges his head to the side with you, Wolfgang, and starts making his way upstairs.
Yeah, I follow him.
All right. You, Daenerys and Ozma, you enter the study, and it seems a complete and utter mess. Like there's shit thrown around everywhere in here.
Asmo whistles.
What a mess. You think this guy was a writer or something?
That or somebody was looking for something.
Yeah, there's documents floating around everywhere, things about, deeds to homes, things like that.
Oswald's going to start grabbing the papers, just looking at them casually, just like stacking them the best he can.
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation check, see if you find anything interesting.
That's a 17.
Nice. All right, as you're looking through the papers, let me pull open my notes here. You're shifting through, you find stuff about taxes, you find some stuff about, there's a town festival happening. We got some trade routes coming through. Might need to sign it. Wait a minute. You found a dossier, a meeting book, or some, like, in the pile here, you find, like, a small calendar piece that lifts a meeting time and place with a Mr. Bjorn Pilton. And it says R.E. Darren Fjord.
Whoa, okay. You just threw a bunch of names at me real fast there. What was that? What were those again?
Bjorn Pilton. There says like meeting with Bjorn Pilton, and it's regarding Darren Fjord.
Bjorn Pilton?
Yes, the dude whose house you just came from.
Bjorn Pilton, and it's in regards to who?
Darren Fjord, the current mayor.
The current mayor.
Oh. They had a meeting.
Well, interim, because there wasn't an election.
Yeah, the first kill. Sorry, first. No, for Bjorn was the second kill, right?
Yes, this guy was the first kill.
The mayor's house we're at right now.
Yes.
And the interim.
You're actually coming in very quiet right now. Like,
sorry, one second. I'm looking at my notes right now. I'm trying to make sure I'm getting, because there's enough characters here with foreign names that I'm getting lost a little bit here. So Bjorn, the guy, had a meeting with the house of the dead mayor we're in right now, right? The mayor who lived in the south. They had a meeting. When was the meeting? Does it say?
It looks like it was scheduled for the exact date when they found his corpse.
Oh, that's interesting.
Does it say what time of day?
No, it doesn't really give a time, but it said that the meeting was going to be at the tavern.
It was at the tavern. Well, that means that Sandra Clear must have seen it happen. You see it? You find anything, Daenerys?
I'm going to go ahead and try an investigation check myself.
Go ahead.
All right. 10.
Nothing of any real interest. You find his, like... You find a lot of, like, old scribbled notes and stuff lying around, but nothing of consequence. You find a lot of, not propaganda, but little ad campaign pieces for him. They use, like, getting ready to present, old scratch notes from them.
Nothing really, just ad campaigns and notes and nothing of real importance.
A lot of anti-sorcerer stuff though are in his notes though. Just lots of real bad talk about that sort of thing. Seems to blame the South a lot.
Asmo's Slav squatting has the book, the little calendar open. Puts it over his shoulder.
Take a look at this then.
As Asmo keeps looking through papers, and
Yeah,
pretty much you find out the same information.
Yeah, you guys scroll through papers as we cut upstairs to Wolfgang and his only cousin Miguel. As you make it to the top landing, this place is fairly nicely decked out. It seems like a warm room. There's a fireplace up at the top of the stairs. Obviously, hasn't been used in a while. A small washroom off to the side, and there are 2 separate bedrooms on this level.
2 separate bedrooms.
Yes.
I do recall he had a family of some sort. I think he had children.
He had a wife.
My wife.
My wife. And then the wife was out of town, so her alibi is solid, right?
Well, she's the widower, the one that is now staying at.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Have the same foreign name problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, I will check since well, the missus seemed to want to get back to her house rather much. So I think I will investigate her room.
Sounds good. Go ahead and head on in there. Meanwhile, Miguel is just kind of checking the landing, make sure everything is up to snuff, make sure nobody like broke in through the windows or anything. And as you go in there, her room is, again, windows kind of drawn, so kind of dark, but everything has this nice fabric to it. There's a subtle floral scent in the air. Seems to be from a bucket of dried flower petals. Like, not a bucket, but like a nice bowl of dried flower petals and things like that next to you. Basically potpourri.
Can't spell potpourri without poo.
Yeah. Nothing seems necessarily out of place. She's got a closet. She's got a nice little vanity area with a mirror and a small desk at it. And a large overstuffed bed.
I'm going to go ahead and use Angelic Sight to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. In this room, you see that the little bowl of potpourri is actually magical. There's one of those bricks in here that keeps the room warm. There's some pieces in the vanity that seem magical.
That's about it. What's the what school of magic is the potpourri?
Guessing transmutation or conjuration.
I'm gonna sniff it. I'm gonna sniff that potpourri.
Gonna get a whiff.
Gonna get a.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check on that whiff.
17.
You're getting lilacs, a hint of honey.
Oh.
Smells nice. Smells like a nice spring day down back in Amberglade. Considering that's a land of eternal springtime, that's not very difficult.
Nothing unusual about it. Just seems like magical potpourri.
Yeah, I mean, you can feel like nothing completely unusual. It just seems to be permanently producing this scent.
All right, well, I cork it back up, and I head back over to. I'm going to check the Mister's room now.
All right. Miguel is kind of standing up from the fireplace. He was looking through there to see if anything was burned and didn't seem to find anything. He joins you in the Mister's room.
I've still got Detect Magic on. I'm guessing I see this.
This room smells musty like old oak. You do, with Detect Magic, you do see specifically a book that seems to be hidden under his mattress.
What's this? And I reach down and I grab it.
All right, make a con save.
Oh, shit! I knew right as the words left my mouth that was a bad idea. 7.
All right, you take.
Nick said with advantage.
Like
I'm doing the Jedi mind trick to you right now.
But it's not working. You take 4 cold damage as you get this little bit of frostbite on your fingers as you try to pull it out.
God, jeez. Yeah.
What you got there?
Just sort of start sucking on his fingers to try and warm back up. Oh, bloody hell.
Must be something important in that.
Yep, some sort of cold enchantment.
Magnus kind of like lifts up the corner of the mattress that seems to be made mostly of goose down and various odds and ends. Just kind of takes a dagger and thwaps it onto the ground. Magically sealed, eh?
Sort of stomp on the floor. Boom, boom, Denier!
Yeah, you guys hear that.
All right, I'm coming. I'll start walking upstairs.
You guys make your way upstairs and you find Wolfgang and Miguel standing over this book. Looks a little frosty.
Can you dispel magical locks?
Locks, absolutely.
Oh.
Danier's going to walk over. He's going to bring out. He's going to bring up his staff, and he is going to cast the spell Knock. As he brings his staff, he taps the book with his staff, and a rather loud knocking sound can be heard emanating from the book.
Yeah, you hear up just a big old conk noise, and yeah, the book opens up, but it still seems to be glowing with the the cover seemed to have a bunch of runes on it, but
Can I knowledge arcane that?
sure, go ahead.
24?
Oh.
Looks like a evocation kind of trap rune that if you touch it, you just kind of get chilled on. So it might just be a thing that you need a special item to hold, perhaps. But you see, it seems like it could be it doesn't seem like a very high level spell. It seems like it can be dispelled fairly easily if you wanted to do that as well.
Could you even be able to do that without dispel magic, or can you like disrupt the runes or anything like that with my arcane check?
How do you want to do it with your arcane check? Explain to me a way that you would do it, and I might allow it.
All right. So, using Mage Hand and the runes have to be drawn on there somehow, be it ink or what have you.
True.
So
by the look of the cover, it looked like it was some sort of crystal.
Okay. Using Mage Hand and a dagger, can I pry the crystal off?
I mean, it's like basically like a film of crystal that creates the look of the rune. It looks like a bunch of... Basically, it looks like ice, just shiny ice all over the front.
Okay.
However, when you do touch it with Mage Hand, nothing happens to the Mage Hand.
Maybe keep that up.
All right. I'll
Probably a simpler solution to all of this.
hold it with the Mage Hand,
Right.
so that the runes are touching the Mage Hand, and I'll bring it over so that Daenerys and Wolfgang can take a look at it.
Really ought to learn that.
Osmo's just leaning up against the wall because he doesn't want to touch magic.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Really
you're looking
ought to
through
learn
a
that
book. It looks
spell.
to be his journal.
All right. I'm gonna flip through it, looking for anything potent, because he wouldn't have trapped this if there wasn't any juicy information in here.
All right. It's a pretty big book. Where would you like to start? I mean, it's not like big, but it's a journal. It's got like 100 or so pages in it.
Let's go within the past month, maybe.
Okay, so you're gonna start from the back and work your way forward.
Yeah.
Or yeah, start from the back, work further back, I guess.
Yep. Probably
Makes
wrong.
sense.
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation with advantage.
All right.
Just one or both of us.
The one that's reading.
19.
Good thing for advantage. You find some information about 3 or 4 weeks ago that seems to be kind of talking about Mr. Fjord and his son. And you take this information, basically like, oh, we might have some information on this, and this dates back like a couple of weeks, I'm sorry, a couple of months ago, basically, is where you find this information. And it seems to like that he wanted to lead himself on an investigation as to whether or not Mr. Fjord's son, who has, in this book, you see that he's been under criticism by this gentleman and by other gentlemen for being very soft on sorcerers and stuff like that. They believe that his son might have been one, and they were trying to uncover stuff. And as you're flipping through, you find out that the son was actually very close with the Fairview daughter, Abigail. Or not Abigail, I'm sorry.
Clara.
Clara.
No, Clara is the niece.
Sandra.
Sandra is the mother. This was
The
a
one
name
that
that
got
you
blown
learned.
up.
This was a name that you learned yesterday.
Abigail
that's
Floor.
Abigail.
Yeah, it was Abigail. I'm sorry.
Was it Annabelle? Was it Annabelle?
Annabelle. That was
It was.
it.
I think it was
Sorry,
Annabelle.
I had to go through my notes. Sorry.
Annabelle was the sorcerer who melted the statue in the town square.
Yes.
Asmo
Annabelle
just
Fairview.
goes-
They
okay, so
have a
while-
very close relationship.
So while you're going over this, Asmo mentions
That's Sandra's daughter. Looks like they were close. Keep reading.
Okay, I keep reading. I note that down in my brain hole.
Now, basically, you keep going forward, trying to find more info. You learned that he was going to, basically take this packet of information with him and use it against Mr. Fjord in his attempts to gain the mayoral seat. And that's the last entry.
Apparently he was going to use the fact that his son was a sorcerer against him. What did you guys find?
Well, turns out he had a meeting the night he died.
You're coming in real quiet, Taka.
Turns out he had a meeting the night he died with Bjorn Pilton, the second guy who died.
Any idea what it was about?
No, but you might find it interesting where it was.
Where?
The inn.
Where to next, gents? Miguel kind of looks at you.
Well, I think the only place to go next is the inn.
Before we do, we might want to take a look at a few things. All right. So, we have a piece of the killer's cloak. We also know the weapon. A dagger. We have all this information. I'd suggest that we get the widow just in case and bring her to the inn as well. You, Wolfgang, you took a look at Hackless's gear. What kind of stuff did he have on him that you could see?
All kinds of things. I detected what magic he had, and he was covered in it. He was practically glowing.
Yeah, I'm not even a magician, and I could tell that dude was decked out with shit.
Allow me to ask you this. So we've got what, 3 suspects? 4 right now?
4.
I think we've got 4 now.
So here's the question. We've been walking around with Detect Magic on pretty much on and off for the entire time. We know what the gems look like. So how have they been keeping them hidden apart from strictly a lead box?
With other magical items.
Something that legendary, it'd take a pretty powerful one to hide it.
Well, I couldn't tell what all he had. I just knew that he had a bunch of things.
I think it's safe to say we should find out what that meeting was about. And after that, I think we might know a lot. And there's only one person who would actually know about that meeting. If they were at the inn talking, they were probably waited on. We should talk to the barmaid, Clara.
I agree.
Miguel, if you don't mind, do you still have the strip of cloth that we gave you?
Yeah.
Can I get it back?
Sure. I got my use out of it.
Here's what I'm thinking. You know how I mend your clothes?
That you do, Denier.
Well, I can't exactly take a piece of cloth and attach it to, say, Wolfgang's hat and make it work. It has to go back to where it came from. We find the cloak. If we reattach it, we for sure got our killer.
Well, there's only one cloak with illusion magic attached to it that I know of in town, and that's Hackless.
That's exactly what I was going for before, well, we got interrupted.
Just because. Osmond's sitting there, just like with arms crossed, doing that brooding Knuckles the Echidna pose.
Just because it looks it doesn't mean that he's the killer, yeah.
No. Just because he has it now doesn't mean he had it then.
That's fair enough. But if it attaches to it, Then we know that cloak was there. But that is fair enough. It could have gotten rid of it. But he was looking for a cloak of invisibility pretty earnestly. Daenerys shakes his head and he seems to go into his own head for a second.
Well, I think our plan right now is to go to the inn, correct?
Yeah.
All of us.
All right. So you guys make your way out of the house. It's starting to become it's pretty much heavy dusk right now. You've been in this place investigating for about an hour. So the sky has gone relatively dark purple with some pinkish hues on one side, and you make your way across the way to the tavern. It looks in full boom again. Looks like everybody's in there. Spirits aren't exactly high, but there are people. As you enter, you hear the jingle of the bell on the front door, and you see Sandra walking around with a tray full of cups and stuff like that. Oh, welcome back, boys. I'll be right with you. As you look around, you see the group of boys kind of sitting at that table that they're normally sitting at. There's actually Hackless sitting at a table with Mr. Fezziwig. Both of them just seem to be chatting. Fezziwig doesn't seem too happy right now. Just kind of hand on the side of his head as they're chatting. They seem to be gesticulating a little bit. Fezziwig seems less into the conversation than Hackless is.
Is the widow here?
No, she is not.
So, which of our associates do we want to take care of first?
First of all, Wolfgang, think it's a good idea that we secure the front door first before anything happens?
Wolfgang takes a minute to look in his gold pouch.
Miguel just sort of nods and throws down a little crossbar that's behind the door.
I've got enough to pay for damages.
I'll burn down this entire place if I have to.
So who are we grilling?
Clara first. I've had the most conversation with her, so I'll go talk with her. Okay, you keep an eye on Fezziwig and Hackless over there. Sorry, I don't mean to take point right now. It's just after earlier, I don't know how you doing.
You sure someone shouldn't go with you?
The
I'll keep an eye on him, says Miguel.
Thanks,
Okay.
Miguel.
Asmo is going to wander over. Is Clara running towards the table?
You don't see her right now.
I wander over to Sandra then.
Sandra's kind of ushering plates around. She eventually goes back behind the bar where you meet her.
Hey, Sandra.
Quick. Hey there, Mr. Black, right?
Yeah, it is. Quick question, real fast.
Sure.
Do you know where Clara is? She said something strange last night. I need to talk to her about it.
Oh, she's just doing some dishes right now. Hold on, I'll go check on her. She steps back into the kitchen. Meanwhile, you guys are working your way over to Fezziwig and Hackless.
Yeah. Yep.
You enter in on kind of part of the conversation. All right, well, it's an open offer. I don't really mind. Yeah, fine, whatever. Oh, hey, guys, how's it going? Still only, everything okay? Hackless is just kind of looking back and forth at you. Am I allowed to leave yet? Fezziwig says.
Not yet, but we have a feeling it might be very soon. So you could be in luck. Wolfgang sits down at the table next to him.
Sure. Make yourself comfortable. Ackles just kind of brushes some stuff aside on the table. Would you like to sit down too? I mean, there's room over there. Fezzik just sort of waves to you, Denier.
Sure. Denier's going to take a seat.
Sit down next to Hackles.
Yep. Looking over at the cloak and knowing the piece of cloth in my hand or in my possession, does it look
he's not wearing the cloak right now. So, you guys seem kind of down. Are you all right?
It's just didn't get much sleep last night from all the investigations and stuff like that. You're not wearing your cloak.
Oh no, I hung it up back there. Kind of points back to coat rack.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a little warmer in here. They like to keep it nice and toasty.
Oh, that's
I'm sure he doesn't mind, especially when he's singing. Yes,
it's
very good for that.
I got these pretty nifty bricks around here. It's been very interesting.
Oh, tell me about it. It gets even better when you get further up north.
Oh yeah. Where'd you get that cloak? I don't know if you told me.
Oh yeah. I got it out in the. I'm not sure if it was a cave or a tomb. There was bones with it, but kind of grabbed it out there, out in the field, out to the what's that direction? Pulls out a compass. West, out to the west.
Insight.
Go for it.
15.
Yeah, it's telling the truth.
Okay.
As far as you can tell.
Mm-hmm. Must have had that thing for a long time. As much battle as it's seen.
No, not really. I just found it the other day.
The other day.
Yeah.
So, was this before or after you came to town?
After. I've been, like I said, I've been searching around here looking for cool magic stuff. You guys, never mind. I asked you this morning. Sorry.
Where is this cave?
I'm just out to the west. Not horrifically far. It's just a little off the road. I was out there searching for some things and stumbled upon this cave. And, when you find a cave, usually there's some pretty cool stuff inside. Or bears. Sometimes there's bears. I don't like it when I find those.
Or basilisks.
Ugh. I'll find myself in that cave.
Yeah. Is this outside of town?
Yeah, not too far, though. I was on my way back from exploring further out there, and, on my way in, or on my way out, I didn't see it, but on my way back in, the sun was at just the right spot where I saw it. It was just sitting right there on the side of a hill, and I just went in there.
Mind if we take a look at it for a minute?
Oh, sure, it's just hanging back there. You want me to grab it, or?
I wave to Denier. Oh, no.
How far is it away?
It's just kind of in the corner of the room, like near the door, kind of where there's a large table that you sat at when you first came in the first time. It's kind of off to the corner of that.
Okay. Is it within 30 feet, or is it further away?
I'd say it's maybe within 30 feet, maybe, but I'll count it as it for the sake of it.
Okay. I'll just, mage hand it over and bring it over to us.
Mage hand!
Nifty little trick, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
I really ought to learn this sometime.
It's pretty neat, especially when you need to grab something that's like far away. Like, let's say you're like, standing across from like a crevasse and it's like right there. It's like, I can't get it. But then
yeah. Denier.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Denier pulls out the piece of cloth that he has, and he begins casting mending.
All right. As you cast, the piece of fabric begins to glow, and it flies out of your hand and snaps itself into one of the little rivets.
Son of a bitch.
Whoa. What was that? Where'd you find that?
At the scene of a murder.
What?
We like to have a few words.
Fezziwig just sort of stands up. I guess you'll be busy. I guess so. This is awkward.
Oh yeah, awkward's the word for it.
So, I have a few requests. We're going to need to see your spell book.
I don't really have one, but okay.
Well, you're going to need to hand over all of your magical items as well.
Whoa, what?
For
Temporarily, until we can clear your name.
This
Wait a
is
minute.
my life's work.
It's simply to clear your name. If we can prove that you are innocent, you will receive everything back.
Okay. Jeez.
You said you don't own a spell book.
I mean, I have a journal, but it's not really a spell book.
Can you cast spells?
Kinda?
Like what?
Well, I mean, I know a few things here and there, like that mage hand thing. I know that one, but I'm really more about, like, you know, imbuing things with spells, you know? Like, I'm not really good at casting it. Like, I can't, like, throw a fireball or something like that. I wish I could. It's really cool. But I can, for whatever reason, I've always been really good about making things that can do stuff like that.
I lean over. I lean over to Denier. What school of magic was that laughter spell?
Enchantment.
I'm feeling a little out of my depth here.
It's okay. So
It doesn't feel like it is.
now, what are some of the spells and abilities that you are good at imbuing into items?
Well, I mean, like I said, I got those. I can make things that can, you know, pop or explode or just do funny little things. Sometimes I can make things that are, you know, kind of seem a little bit harder to hit than usual. I can.
Things that can, say, make somebody laugh?
I mean, yeah, I guess that's not particularly hard, I suppose.
I see. I'm going to insight him.
Go ahead.
17.
He seems nervous, but ultimately he doesn't seem like he's lying to you. You telling me that this thing was at a, when was the murder though? Like
Night before last.
I was out then. I was in the field.
I'm not in that combo. Damn it.
I'll go ahead and... you know what? I'll insight that as well. 13.
He doesn't appear to be lying. Seems very nervous, but
I'll give
given the
that an
circumstance,
insight.
that might just be that.
I'll give that an insight as well, actually. 15.
Yeah, you're getting kind of the same read on him, just very nervous, but he doesn't seem to be lying.
Now, when you went into the field, what did you leave behind in the inn?
Oh, I wasn't staying in the inn that night. I don't think. How, you said this was a couple of nights ago? How many is a couple?
Night before last.
Night before last. Okay, so last night I was out and then the gates closed and I came in. Night before that, I was out to the east.
Did you have your cloak with you?
Well, no, I didn't find that until yesterday.
Where were you staying?
That night, I think... Hold on, I'm just gonna roll. Pretty sure I was staying with my friends, the Vorcheks.
Vortex. Is that a new name?
It just seems to be a name of a people that live in town.
It's one of the families that he mentioned earlier this morning that he was staying with. One of the 3 families.
Yeah, they allowed me to stay with them for a bit. I obviously I don't sleep a lot. I don't need a lot of sleep. You know, flicks his ear, elf. but they were nice enough to give me some shelter to stay out of the cold for a bit.
What about last night?
Well, last night, I mean, I was coming in as the gates were closing. I was confused as anybody else except for you guys, I guess.
And after the town meeting?
Well, just kind of wandered around, asked people questions, went and spent some time with my friends the Philistines, and they fed me, and then this morning, I met you guys.
Philistines.
May I see your bag?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to see in it?
Denier just gives a little bit of smile. I want to see if you have something specific.
All right, you can tell me, but it's a pretty full bag. What exactly are we looking for here?
A knife.
Oh, I got plenty of knives. Starts reaching in,
Ace.
sets one down,
I'm going to look at each one.
sets another one down,
I'll
sets a
cast
third
detect.
one down, a fourth one down, fifth one down.
Oh, let's narrow this down. Do you have any knives that have blades that aren't made of steel?
Blades that aren't made of steel. All right, he grabs 4 of them off the counter. One of them, the one that he left on there, is made of silver. Okay, sure. Pulls out a gold one.
Ones that aren't made of metal.
Oh, puts those back in. I guess pulls out a black obsidian dagger. It's kind of fragile. I'm not sure how to work with this one.
Man, you really are a collector, aren't you? Jesus.
Well, this one I found, but I haven't enchanted it yet. But I'm thinking about making it more durable, and it's pretty sharp.
Your bag.
Yeah.
How does it work?
Oh, it's pretty easy. I just reach in there and I think about the thing I want, and it comes to my hand.
Bag of holding.
Okay. Is it specifically you, or can anybody do it?
I guess anyone can. I mean, I don't exactly open it for a lot of people, but I mean, if it'll make you feel better, here, go ahead.
Wolfgang sort of looks at Denier like, I think this might be a dead end.
So, given the description that the widow gave to Denier with her nat 20 of the dagger,
Mm-hmm.
Denier's going to reach into the bag and he's going to picture the dagger. He's going to picture the dagger from the description, and he's also
You're just looking for a dagger with a blade with the,
pink
stone
gem
in it.
The blade with the pink gem in it.
One comes to your hand. There's a dagger hilt in your hand.
All right. Denier slowly pulls it out.
A fucking electrically pulsing pink gem is staring at you in the hand of this silver blade. It is it has a bit of the blade that kind of goes over your knuckles that kind of form the guard, and it just kind of hooks back.
I check my bag with my gems.
It's pulsing like.
Fucking hell.
What is it? Is that I made
you
that one
find-
myself?
You...
Yeah, that was one of the first ones I made up here.
When?
Have you?
God, was it like a couple of years ago?
This...
Denier sets it on the table.
What does
He
it do?
reaches down into his boot, grabs his own dagger,
Okay.
cuts his finger, and he drips some blood onto the blade.
Ooh, careful, careful! And the blade ignites in fire. Like, I'm talking this, like, there is a pillar of fire going to the ceiling. Shit! Whoa!
What is it with you guys and burned down inns? I swear. All right,
Hackless grabs it and instantly just...
Is anything on fire?
It looks like the ceiling's a bit scorched.
All right, I'm like flapping my coat and casting prestidigitation to put the fire out.
Same thing.
No one said Opa, so Opa.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of people staring at you now.
Did someone start clapping?
Osmo starts clapping.
Gotta be that guy.
I was about to ask what it did. What?
That is one of the things it does. It does not react well to, well, blood.
Kind of a weird stabbing utensil, then.
A bit, yeah. Frankly, I don't think I attached it to the right weapon, but it does a job.
None of the corpses were scorched.
Not that you can tell. I mean, they definitely didn't show signs of burning. I'm willing to sell it if you'd like. I was just going to kind of keep it as a trophy, but
Given the description from her, is it the same? Well, it's a pulsing gem.
yeah, it's definitely one of the gems that you are familiar with, and it is attached to a blade.
It's one of them, but it's not the one we're looking for.
Okay.
Do you know of any other kinds of blades like this?
I mean, I make lots of enchanted blades.
Like this?
Like fire blades? I
Like the
guess.
crystal blades?
You mean with that specific crystal?
Yes.
I mean, you run into one every now and again up here, but I guess this is the only one that I've turned into anything.
See, you're saying you got blanks?
No, not on me. I mean, most of them are kind of in the hands of crazy people. Do you think I'm crazy?
Maybe, but not on the level that would warrant murder.
Fair enough, I guess.
You said you were staying with the
The Vortex. I was probably gonna stay here tonight, though. I don't like, impeding or imposing myself. I suppose that'd probably make you more comfortable too if I was around here.
Probably. Well, Denier, I believe this case has just gotten a lot more complicated.
So it would seem.
I'm sorry if I couldn't help.
Well,
Hang on. Denier's going to try the bag one more time to see if he pulls any other knives with these kind of gems from it.
Nothing comes to hand.
Okay.
Can I have my knife back? Is
Look
this
over.
part of the investigation, or?
This is part of a investigation. These gems are incredibly dangerous.
I mean, they're pretty volatile, but they're not. I mean, from what I've seen, they don't seem to be that powerful.
they're way more dangerous than you realize.
Oh.
The town we just came from, someone used one of these things to create a 15-foot tall skeleton that planned to decimate the town.
That's quite the tale.
Indeed. We want to try to get these things out of people's hands because these things are incredibly powerful and incredibly dangerous.
Well, I mean,
You can keep the dagger by all means, but we're going to have to take the gem.
okay. I don't suppose I could get any compensation for that, huh? Never mind. That's sorry. Maybe a little?
I go ahead and... Gold is relatively a large sum of money, right?
Yeah.
I go ahead and just... I throw him 10 gold.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah. Go ahead. I didn't realize it was as dangerous as you say it is.
It is. No, I advise you to stay away from it.
Well, I'll try to take your advice in the future.
Please do.
How good is it into the hilt? Would I be able to use a dagger to remove it, or would I have to go about different means to try to remove it?
That's up to you. I mean, it looks like it's embedded in there, like it's kind of... It's definitely been emplaced in there.
All right. So, Mr. Hackless, should we want to remove this, what would you suggest would be the best way?
Well, they're
look
pretty
over.
volatile, so I guess just be careful. I mean, it wasn't happy with me when I put it in there.
I'm wondering what the bard is doing.
You don't see him. He's not around. He kind of left.
Now, fucking hell!
Gee, what are you looking at there, guys? It's fucking going!
I'm going to use my dagger and mage hand, and I'm going to try to pop it out.
All right, are you using the mage hand to pop it out, or are you like with the
Mage
dagger?
hand,
Or
mage hand to catch it.
okay,
Mage hand to work the gem while using the dagger as leverage.
okay. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand with advantage.
Okay, let's see. 22.
Woo!
You kind of jimmy the knife under there, kind of work it around. It starts to rock a little bit. The mage hand is jimmying left and right as well, and eventually it kind of shakes free.
Okay. I will take the gem, and I will give him the knife back handle first.
I guess I can still work with this. Puts it back in his bag of holding.
I'm sorry to have caused you trouble.
It's okay. Is the cloak okay to have and keep?
If you didn't have it, you found it a couple days ago. Or you found it yesterday, right?
Yeah. Outside.
Whoever had it ditched it, basically.
I guess. Seems odd that it... I guess I should just... I'll shut up. It's cool.
So, with the third gem added to the bag, are the three still pulsating like mad?
I mean, they're all next to each other, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and this one, it's not huge. It's smaller than that quail's egg one that you have.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of ovular in shape. I'd say it's very similar to kind of like, it looks like kind of like a cat eye gem.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'll keep it. I'll take possession of it.
All right, it is now in the bag with the rest of the stuff. All right, well, I guess I'll go try to turn in for the night then.
Have a good night,
A
Dad.
lot of excitement, and I'm not sure if everybody here is happy to... Yeah, I don't really want to see Sandra when she comes back to this, so...
Have a good night, Mr. Hackless.
He nods and starts heading upstairs.
Shit.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, meanwhile, back over at the bar, Clara eventually comes out with Sandra. She looks a little tired. Oh, hey there. How's it going?
Oh, one of those days for me at least. How are you doing?
Me too. It's, I don't really like to, make my problem other people's problems with all the stuff that's been going on. It's a bit tiring.
Didn't get enough sleep last night?
I wish.
What's keeping you up?
Just bad dreams, I guess. I keep thinking that whatever's out there is going to come for me, you know?
Insight her.
Go for it.
I'm gonna insight. 16.
She's saying it through a few yawns, but she seems to be genuine with you.
Clara, I gotta ask you to remember something very important.
Okay, I'll try.
Remember the night that Bjorn Pilton passed away?
That was almost a week ago, I guess.
Yeah. He was killed in his house. That day, he had a meeting here.
I'm sorry.
Now, before that even.
Sorry, I got fucked up.
I'm going, like, I wouldn't normally do this, but you have your timeline off.
Oh, I know. I just fucked up. I just realized I
Okay.
fucked up. I just realized I fucked up. I just caught myself. The vest. The old mayor. What was his name again? It was not Fjord. Fjord's a temporary mayor, right?
Fjord is the current mayor, Ferris Harcroft.
Ferris. Thank you. Sorry, dude. This.
No worries. It's a lot of proper nouns. It's a lot of notes to take. It's a mystery.
The night Ferris Harcroft passed away, he was here that day, wasn't he?
A couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing him that day.
You sure? Because found out recently that he actually swung by here and had a meeting with the second man who was murdered, Bjorn Pilton.
I remember seeing Mr. Pilton, but I don't remember seeing Mr. Harcroft.
So Mr. Harcroft never was here.
Not that I remember. I was running a lot of tables, but I never saw him. I saw Mr. Pilton kind of sitting all alone.
Did anyone come by Mr. Pilton at all? You were serving him drinks, I'm assuming.
No, I went and talked to him for a little bit, but
What
didn't
did you
seem
talk?
like anybody else came.
What did you talk about?
Oh, just asked him how his campaign was going, since he was one of the guys running for mayor. He and my auntie, they don't really get along. After, but I try to be nice to everybody, but auntie, she sort of shooed me away from him. He seemed like a nice guy, though. Little quiet, but definitely didn't deserve what he got.
Where is Auntie? Where is Sandra right now?
She's running drinks while you're talking to Clara.
I need you to be honest with me, Clara. I need you to be very honest with me right now, and I know that you love your family.
Okay.
But right now, I don't know if I can completely trust you. And I say that not liking saying that. You have to forgive me. People are dying. And
I
just
understand.
know, I appreciate that you understand me.
What do you need from me? Is there anything I can do to help?
If you're honest with me, that he never made it to this meeting, I'm wondering if there's a reason why. How long did Bjorn wait here? Even though Mr. Harcroft Ferris never made it here in time.
He sat at that table over there, kind of pointed over to the big table you guys sat at the first time you came in. He was sitting there for probably a couple hours. It's why I stopped to talk to him. He looked so lonely.
What did he talk about?
Well, I tried to talk a little bit about his campaign, but he didn't really want to talk about that. He just kept telling me he was waiting for somebody. We didn't really talk about much at all. Just
I'm gonna insight her. 16.
yeah, she's hiding something. You're giving me a look. Did I?
No, it's just... You gotta understand, Clara. When you match up timelines, it's important to understand everything. You arrived here and a bunch of people started dying. Same with Fizzywig. Your cousin died here because of people like Bjorn and Ferris. They're not good men. They hate mages. They hate sorcerers.
Go
They
ahead
really
and,
do.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
12.
I'll be damned. Okay, well, don't tell Auntie I told you this, but he
Whisper in my ear, like you're saying something sweet, in my ear hole.
she kind of blushes a little. Well, he sort of made a pass at me, and I didn't exactly, turn a blind eye to it, and I just don't tell my auntie, please.
Did you go home with him?
No, of course not.
Yes.
I stay here.
Did your auntie notice that?
I don't think so, but she definitely doesn't like him.
She didn't like Mr. Ferris either.
Well, he was one of the people that,
Yeah.
Aslan just sitting there, just like contemplating what he just heard.
So he was waiting for someone and decided to make a pass at the prettiest girl in town.
Go ahead and roll persuasion with advantage.
Come on, Billy. Come on, Billy.
11, son of a bitch.
She got a 8, so she's kind of like blushes and looks to the side. I mean, I wouldn't say it, but I guess I don't know. I just. Yeah, she seemed actually a little bit of like, she seems kind of like a little flustered and kind of taken aback by you there. Gotta be careful though. My auntie will scold you if she finds out.
Why?
Well, after what happened, she's very defensive of me.
Talking about how her daughter died.
Yeah, poor Anna. We don't really talk about her much. A lot of people say I look like her, and I don't think that sits too well with Auntie.
Where'd you come? When you came here to visit, did you come from the south or from the west, east, or north? Which
I
direction?
came from the northeast, the town of Berg.
Johnberg, right. Clara, I'll be honest with you. I really, really appreciate you being honest with me. I know what you just did. Took a lot of courage. And, I hope you get out of this town eventually.
She smiles at you. Thank you for trying to keep the peace here, Mr. Black.
Everything is temporary, but it can be made longer. Thank you very much for being honest with me. I think I'm gonna go talk with your auntie, and don't worry, you'll be safe.
Thank you. I think I'm gonna go lay down for a bit. It's been a tiring day.
Yeah, it has.
She starts heading back into the kitchen area.
Asma walks over to Denier as their conversation wraps up.
Yeah, you manage to walk over as Hackless is heading upstairs.
Denier,
Yeah.
I want you to do that spell on Clara's room's door and her window.
Who do you want me to exclude or include?
Clara, see if she leaves. Something's fishy.
Well, I think we've pretty sufficiently written off Hackless as one of our suspects.
It's good. If he was a very dumb killer, if that makes sense.
Everything he told us seemed to add up. But we've got new suspects in new locations.
Wait a minute.
What?
Doesn't it sit a little bit weird that the exact description that the widow gave us leads to Hackless's knife?
It doesn't make sense, though.
He was killed last night, but the alarm spell that I set on both her door and her window had her as an exception, so she could have come and gone as she went.
You did set that spell after the... Oh, you're talking about Magnus. Never mind.
Yeah, Magnus is killer. Something to think
This
about.
is the silence of thinking.
Yes, this is the silence of thinking, guys. We're
The
using our
silence
grit.
of thinking is important.
I guess we exchange information here at the table, right?
Yeah, you guys all have access to all the information you had from each of these scenes.
Whoa. Who did he tell he was leaving town? Did Hackless tell anyone he was leaving town?
Probably one of the three families that he was staying with. The Vorcheks, the Philistines, and...
Dagnars.
Yeah, the Dagnars.
The joy of making up names on the fly.
Yes, it's true. What was the name of the widow again?
That would have been Madeline Harcroft.
Yeah.
Madeline. That was the one name I did not have written down. Thank you.
Someone did this that had magical talent. Van Thorn's library, his study, is full of magical books.
Yeah, but we searched the Van Thorn residence twice, and none of us found anything.
So clearly the killer ditched the robe. Because the robe was a problem. And the piece we found at the killing scene is a match to it that this guy now has. But his story checks out. Who also had the blade that matches the description?
He found
let
the
each
cloak.
of you roll an intelligence check to see if you can find what doesn't match up about Hackless's story.
He found the cloak in the cave before.
Double 20s.
Not nat, just modified.
Yeah, just modified 20s.
10.
Natural 20.
All right. Osmo, you have a brain blast. Basically, something about that timeline. You said he found it the night that, he found it the night that the doors got locked down. But that killing happened that night as well. And he made it into town as soon as these doors were closing.
Or so he claims.
Which would mean he would have had to have found it earlier in the day than the killing.
Which means that he would have had it at the time of the murder.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, hold on. You said he found it. He found it before he got into the doors. But he said he came in right as the doors were closing, but that's not the case. The killing happened before that. We locked up the doors a few hours after that. The timeline's don't... Is he upstairs right now?
Which way did he go? Did he go upstairs, Lani?
It looked like you went upstairs.
He went to his room, yeah. I'm detect magicking, and I'm walking up there.
We all get it from the. We all kick off from the table.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys stand up and you start heading upstairs.
I signaled to Miguel that we're heading upstairs.
Miguel's, he's just been kind of eyeing the room from the corner and watching you guys. He nods at you and kind of follows behind, watches the bottom of the stairway as you go up. At the top of the stairway, it looks like there's a small hall of rooms. There was the room that you were staying in, the room next door where Fezziwig Grinspire was staying, and there are 2 other doors on this floor.
If Fezziwig's in that room, and we're in this room, he's on the left side. Denier,
Yeah.
you stand at the top of the stairs.
All right. I am at the top of the stairs, and I'm going to ready an action.
What action are you readying?
I'm going to ready a sleep spell in case he tries to charge us,
Okay.
Ooh.
or in case he tries to run.
All right, Wolfgang, which room do you think it is?
You said it was the room on the left, right?
There's a room to kind of like there's a turn on the wall, and then it's kind of like a U-shaped hallway. There's the one that you're staying in, which is at the end of the hallway. The one in the middle of the hallway that's kind of in the middle of that U-bend is Fezziwig. There's one to the other side of the wall, and then there's one further down past your room. So there's the one to the left of Fezziwig's or the one to the right of yours.
I am detecting magic.
Yeah. Funny that. Nothing up here.
He's gone.
What?
Given all the magic that he had, if there's no magic up here,
No, I was just wondering, did you have to detect magic up too?
Yeah,
character.
I have detect magic up, and
Oh, sorry.
I'm not seeing any magic.
All right, Asmo will go down.
Not even the bricks.
The bricks are there, but nothing that would indicate there are, piles of magic items sitting somewhere.
He's fucking gone. Get outside.
Osmo runs up to one of the doors and just just shoves it open immediately.
Give me an athletics check.
Oh, thank God, that's actually one of my better stats.
We barred that door, didn't we?
The door to the outside of the tavern, yes, it's barred.
No. I mean one of the doors to their room. I'm just busting in right now.
Yeah, no, I'm just conferring.
16.
Yeah, you pop open the door. It's empty.
All right, Osmo runs over to the other door immediately.
Go ahead and give me another athletics check.
23.
Boom! Splintered.
Just kicking open doors left and right, just with one foot. Bam! Bam! Like a Vince McMahon walk.
Okay, I kick open the other door. Anything inside? Are the windows open?
All empty, windows closed.
Where did he go? He's not up here. He bounced.
All the windows are closed, and Wolfgang has detect magic up, and he doesn't see anything.
The only rooms that aren't open are yours and Fezziwig's now.
Shit. Go to Fezziwig's door.
Okay.
Open it up.
It's locked.
That's not happening. Osmo just kicks that one into 11. Ow, my foot!
Yeah, my ankle!
Ah, son of a... Just
Yeah, you hear a big pfft, but no...
Screw it, we don't have time for this. Knock.
Alright, you cast knock and you just hear a pfft, and the door click.
Open it
Creaks
up.
open. Empty.
Windows.
Closed.
Check our room.
You open your room and everything seems in place. Anything you would have left up here is here.
Shit.
Materialize to the wall.
Maybe. That's why I said we should go outside.
Knowing the building, is there any kind of a terrace or anything to climb down off of?
I mean, it's a second-story window. It's not terribly hard to scale down.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he had some sort of spell that let him float down safely. Then he closed his window on the way down.
All right, let's go.
Head outside.
As you come down, Miguel is standing there. What's happening?
They're fucking missing.
What do you mean they're missing?
There's nobody upstairs. We saw him go upstairs, and there's nobody up there.
Do you think he's our guy? Like, did you think they did this? One or both of them?
We're relatively sure that at least one of them is involved now. Their stories didn't add up.
Miguel just starts busting it through the front door and just like throws that bar aside, opens it up, looks outside. Where are you cowards?
Jeepers. Jeez Louise.
And the hall quiets down again to a hush. This is where we'll take a break.
Oh boy.
So you're standing out in the cold night, wind kind of blowing around you. The streets seem empty.
You say they seem empty.
I mean, you can roll perception checks.
Oh, man. Come on, Billy. 6.
15.
6.
Me and Connor just looking at each other's eyes.
Yeah, seem empty. Not many people walking around. There are a couple of guards on patrol.
I'm casting Detect Magic. He's got that cloak of disguise.
What's the range on Detect Magic?
30 meters.
Almost everything is in feet. Why is that one in meters?
Oh, sorry. I was...
30
DMing
foots.
Don't make me change my shit.
DMing a 40k campaign has messed me up.
Gotcha.
It's 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah, nothing.
I suspect that they're going to be, if they've been spotted, then they're going to be wanting to try to get out of town. If Fizzywig wants to go north, they're probably going to be heading for the carriages to get out of the gates. I say we try to cut them off at the pass. Unless they're going to try to scale the wall.
How high is the wall in this town?
Of this town?
Yeah.
As stated previously, it's about 50 feet tall.
Damn. So,
Yeah, it's a tall wall.
Da, 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 da. Okay.
So you want to like try to chase them down, try to cut them off at one of the gates, or what's your plan?
Sorry, I don't know what to do here.
How many gates are in the city?
4, one on each crossroad. One on each end of the crossroads.
We'd have to split up to get any of them, but that's a bad idea.
Agreed.
We could tell the guards and have them cover some of the gates.
You actually see Miguel kind of bending over and placing some stuff on the ground. Or with any luck. He kind of like brushes his hand across the top of like these 4, they look like kind of like black statues. And as he strokes across the top of them, they each grow into like 4 full-size dogs that seem to be made out of obsidian. All right, boys. Do you have anything that might smell like these guys?
The piece of fabric.
We mended that to the cloak. We've got the crystal, though.
Denier uses Mage Hand. He brings out the crystal.
All right. Oh, it'll have to do. Basically, he asks you to kind of hold it in front of like each of the dog's nose, and they each give it a sniff.
Yeah, he'll use his Mage Hand to do so, making sure he stays a fair bit away from those dogs.
And they each all book it back into the tavern, or start scratching at the door of the tavern.
Oh, I'll be a son of a bitch. Denier, lock down all the windows with that spell.
It's going to take me time to cast on every single one of those windows.
Fuck.
Wait, I think I can...
Dogs are just scratching at the door.
Looking at the effects of a spell I have.
I'll let the dogs in.
All right, who let the dogs in? You let the dogs in. They bust in, and the party was hopping. Yippee-I-O. And, yeah, a bunch of people are very confused. You hear some clattering going on inside. What the heck? Back, you foul mutts! What are you made of? As Sandra's just kind of like trying to push them back. They're sitting at the doorway to the kitchen.
Stay out of our way.
They're tracking.
Osmo jumps over the dogs, past, and pushes Sandra right out of the way.
Hey!
Osmo books it back. Where's the room?
Please stand aside.
What are you on about?
Where is Clara's room?
It's downstairs.
Where?
You can't go in there. Nobody's allowed back there.
Why is no one allowed back there?
It's employees only. This is our...
She might be in danger. Someone might be trying to kill her.
What do you mean? Yeah, the dogs are still kind of like barking at the there's like a counter space that's there.
Are they trying to get over and into the employee area?
Yeah, basically there's like a small like kind of half wall there that can be raised and
I'm running down there.
We think Hackless is the killer, and he's disappeared. He's not outside. The dogs are following his scent inside. We think he's inside and gone downstairs.
We can't find Fizzywig anywhere. And he was last seen speaking to Hackless.
It's pronounced Fezziwig, by the way.
It's Fezziwig. Thank you.
Did Fezziwig just correct Asmo?
No.
Okay.
That is the DM trying to get people to not misspell his name.
Yeah, I was trying to lure you into a trap just a little bit.
Yeah, the dogs are barking at the kitchen counter area that...
Osmo is waiting for a response from, like,
You got 5 seconds to let me do it, or I'm just going to do it, Sandra.
I'm already going down there.
She's not let any of you in. Like, you're all in front of the bar.
The killer had a knife. We got the knife. We told him to find. We have magic dogs to track him down, and they're trying to get past you, and you want to get in front of us. So please explain to me why you want to do that. Otherwise, I think you did it to get revenge for your goddamn daughter, and I ain't even.
She slaps you right in your fucking face.
Osmo stares her right in the fucking face.
And I don't have time to be tactful. You can't run.
She opens the door and lets you in.
Osmo runs in.
The dogs are going in and they start barking at a closet door, or what look like they start barking at a door on your right.
Osmo opens it up.
It's full of coats.
What Detect magic.
You see a couple of coats that are magic.
What's cool?
A few of them seem to be transmutation. One of them seems to be illusion. Does detect magic allow you to see what school of magic things are?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, you see a cloak that's illusion.
Does it look like Hackless's?
Yes.
I'm going to. I would like to make a perception check just to see if he's hiding anywhere.
Go ahead.
Natural 20.
No.
Great use of that 20.
Specifically, no, he is not hiding anywhere.
I'm looking back at the dogs. Where are they trying to get to?
They're just barking at the coat and sniffing at it and like biting it, trying to pull it down.
This is Hackless's.
Where's her room?
Who let him down here?
You're still upstairs. This is still in kind of like the end of the galley kitchen, like near the front of the galley kitchen.
He went upstairs. How did he get down here? Wait, did he have his coat when he went upstairs?
No.
Are you asking me?
No, he didn't. He didn't have it upstairs.
Who grabbed it from the door? Oh my god.
Osmo immediately perception check to find her door, the door to downstairs.
Go ahead and roll perception, I guess. It's you're kind of
Okay, Nat 1. I don't know what to ask for. I asked Clara where the door was, and she said downstairs. So I walked through here. I'm looking for the downstairs way.
There's a like you're kind of near like a closet. This looks like kind of a coat check area. Like it's just inside the galley. There's a kitchen behind you, but you can't see much beyond that.
Okay, so I go in the kitchen then.
Excuse me, have you found what you were looking for?
Is that Sandra?
Yeah, that's Sandra.
Sandra? No, where is her room? Where is Clara's room?
It's downstairs.
How do you get downstairs? Because she walked in through here, said she was going to bed. Okay?
Yeah, she's tired.
I know, but where is the way downstairs? Sorry, Nick, out of character. I'm asking to go downstairs.
There are stairs in the back of the kitchen, bro.
Okay.
But you don't see them.
Ah, God.
But
okay.
yeah, but she's like standing in front of you again and blocking your way. Your dogs came in here. They barked at the closet. You found the thing. Now, what do you want? You're disrupting my home and my business.
Investigate the closet.
Go ahead.
23.
Yeah, there's a lot of coats in here.
Okay, I thought that there was a secret way in through there.
Doesn't look like it.
I grab the cloak and I show it to Sandra. He had this just a little bit ago. This was at the scene of a murder. We think he came in here.
I will let you, with that investigation check, though, notice that this cloak feels different from that other one that you had.
Look it over. Examine it.
Yeah, it feels different. Like it's hard to say. Like the material seems to be different. The other one seemed to be thick and woolen. This one seems softer and a little thinner.
Is it still tattered and beat up?
Doesn't. Like, yeah, it's definitely tattered and beat up.
Okay, so Asmo's staring right at her, right at Sandra right now.
Yeah, and she's pissed at you, by the way.
I'm going to ask you a damn question. I'm going to ask you honestly, and I won't even leave this goddamn room. Do you understand me, Sandra? I know I'm not going to be able to sleep in your inn tonight, and I accept that right the hell now. Your daughter died. Fucked up way. Unfair. Is your niece also a sorcerer?
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Natural 20.
She's not a sorcerer.
But
come with me, please.
Asmo does that.
You all carry about your drinking. This doesn't concern you. She kind of shows you back and like around the corner in the kitchen. There's kind of like this little den area with a couple of chairs. Please have a seat, please.
I'll stand.
I'll take a seat, but I'll set the cloak nearby. Yeah, this isn't the same cloak. This one's lighter than Hacklis's.
Clara, she's close as I got to my daughter now. I don't want to see no harm come to her. She kind of clams up.
people in this town are going to continue dying. My cousin, his brother, is dead.
And that... She catches herself.
And many more will join them if you don't give us the information you're looking for. Because we will never catch this person.
Roll persuasion.
14.
Okay, all right.
She has nothing to do with this. She's tired and she's sick and she just needs to feel better.
Why do I get the feeling that that's not the whole story?
Go ahead and roll insight.
Yep.
9.
11.
I shall also roll insight. Oh man, that's really bad.
Oh
Roll
my
5.
god.
Miguel will roll insight as well.
Please, Miguel.
Please, boss.
He stands up, walks right over to her. My brother, he's fucking dead. If you have anything to do with it, I swear that I will make you suffer. I will make your family suffer, and I will make this whole fucking town suffer. Now answer our fucking questions. He's gonna roll to intimidate her.
Ooh.
All right. Versus. She looks him dead in the eye. I had nothing to do with your brother's murder. I'm terribly sorry to hear that. You seem like good boys. I don't want no harm to come to any of you.
Too late. One of us is dead.
And I'm terribly sorry for that.
If you're so sorry, you were trying to avoid saying something.
Persuasion with advantage.
Oh, son of a bitch! 9. Double 9. If I got 2 of the same one, can I?
No.
Ah!
I just didn't want to. I know what you're going through right now, and I don't want to upset anyone. Clara needs her rest.
If you don't help us, people are going to continue to die. Do you want that blood on your hands? Because
No.
you could help us, but you're not. And every single person that dies after this, because you're withholding information from us, is putting the blood directly on your hands.
Persuasion.
Please, Denier.
17.
17.
Putting the blood directly on her hands. And whose hands are clean? I just wanted my family back.
What do you mean you wanted your family back?
I didn't want to come to this. Just
You say she needs her rest. She's sick. You wanted your family back.
she's
What is she? She's your niece. That much is true. But what is she? Because there isn't a girl alive who'd want...
she's my daughter. At least she was.
You used the gems, didn't you? You turned her into something that's not her anymore.
Wasn't all my idea.
Who else?
The master.
Bleeding God?
No.
Who?
Fjord?
No.
Damn.
I mean, he can barely keep his own affairs together.
No, boys. I got a feeling it's the douchebag on the other end of that orb that we met a couple towns back.
He just came in here a few nights after it happened. He offered us power. The power to right the wrongs that had happened to us. He gave us the stones and told us what they could do.
Who is us? How many of you?
Just me and the boy. And my husband.
The boy.
Yeah. That Fjord boy, he was real sweet on Annabelle.
Bet he was.
Asma looks right at Denier and at Wolfgang. We killed him.
Where's your husband?
To get our daughter back, some sacrifices were necessary. His was
killed her.
Oh, I didn't kill him. He did it himself. He took the blade and he did it to himself. It was his blood that brought her back. But after some time, I had my daughter back, and we were happy again for a time, but then she started getting sick. And the only way to keep her safe was please just let us go. We won't hurt anybody else. I promise.
Can't.
Just let us. Yes, you can. You just don't want to. Please. She ain't never hurt nobody.
The bodies in town say otherwise.
They all deserved what they got.
Even
what
my
they
cousin.
did to her. I told you I ain't had nothing to do with that.
Look to Miguel.
Yeah, he's stone-faced and just glaring at her.
Incite her on that one. Also, I apologize. Someone picked 7 in the afternoon to mow their lawn.
It's alright, I can't hear it.
Was it rolling? Right.
Insight.
10.
She seems to be genuine about having nothing to do with that one. And considering how much she's opening up to you about the rest of this stuff, I mean, granted, if she did do it, that would not help her case, but... I had nothing to do with that one. I promise, just... Please, just let us go. You'll never hear from us again.
We can't let you keep killing people. Regardless of how it helps your daughter.
Asma's sitting there and just stares at her.
She starts feeling tired and not well. How do you make her feel better and well? I think I know, but I want to hear you say it.
It's these stones.
Yeah.
They need blood. The bleeding god is powerful, but his power is limited. He needs sacrifice to make things right.
So you targeted those who wronged you.
Only the ones that wronged us.
Who is Hakon?
Who?
Oh, sorry. Oh my god, sorry. I'm not wearing my glasses. Let me read his name again.
Hackless. Is he involved in this?
I don't think so.
A Fezziwig? Not him either.
Not that I'm aware of. He just came to town some time ago. But if you want to, I mean, they could be. She kind of looks at you.
I'm an insider on that. That's a 10! A big whopping 10, Nick!
She seems to be implying, you guys could say they are and, lift the...
Blame.
Just please let us go. We'll make it right outside.
What do you mean?
We'll make our way. You'll never have to see us again. We'll disappear.
I want to see her.
Me too.
She's not feeling well right now.
I want to see her. Then
Did
we'll
we?
make our decision.
Did we stutter?
Fine. She hands you a key and points down the hall. Or would you like me to show you?
No.
Denier, stay with Miguel.
Yeah.
Make sure she doesn't leave.
Understood.
I'll walk with Asmo over to the door.
Sorry, I did not contemplate this. You'll have to give me just one moment.
That is totally fine.
This is wild!
Oh man, this has been a fucking roller coaster.
I knew it!
And it's
I knew it was Clara!
This whole time.
She was the Damon's.
She was the diva.
No, don't you just want to give back to your local community? Give back murder! He laughs to himself.
Okay. You move forward towards the stairs. And at the bottom there seems to be a locked door. You should be able to move yourselves.
Okay. Do you want me to be take point or do you want to take point?
Wolfgang pulls out Requiem. Starts walking.
Asmo pulls out. Now the fire ant.
Alright, which of you has the key?
That'll be Wolfgang.
Alright. I unlock the door. Is it dark?
It seems fairly well lit, all things considered. Plus, you have dark vision.
Okay.
The path is clear. The way is lit. Asmo walks
More of
in.
these walls. When you enter what seems to be a storeroom, you see a bunch of, left, like a bunch of spare chairs. Looks like a broken bed frame. Some spare mugs on a spare table with some spare plates, and there's piles and piles of barrels kind of in the back of the room, obscuring your view from the rest of it. And there's a door to your left as you enter the doorway.
Perception. Osmo's perceptioning around the room. Just wants to try and get a good look at the whole room.
I assume we notice all this blood as well.
Yeah, it looks like old blood stain on this rug.
This must be...
I'm gonna go look around the other barrels real fast. Wolfgang.
Be careful.
Oh no shit.
Osmo just almost sarcastically. Osmo pops his head over and looks around the barrels on the other side of the room.
Alright, roll a perception check.
Do. 20
Modified 20. All right. You see another room down at the end, and you also notice there's a couple of trickles of blood leading to that door.
Asmon just whistles, just like in gestures.
Is this a door right here?
That is a door right there.
2 doors.
There's blood going into this door. Over there. The one around the corner.
We'll do yours first. But I want to see what's on the other side of that door as well.
You're the monster hunter.
Yeah, Asmo opens up the door.
It's locked.
Asmo just asks for the key.
I hand Asmo the key.
Did we take the key out of the lock in the first door we walked into?
Yeah.
Nick? Okay, Asmo slides the key into the lock.
Doesn't work.
Son of a bitch.
Asmo just goes for a kick again.
Okay, roll me an athletics check.
My ankle!
This is
7.
a solid door.
Okay, help me out here.
Yep, at the
Double
same
stroke.
time.
All right.
Shoulder
1,
tackle.
2, 3. 21.
12.
Solid.
Son of a bitch.
This is a strong, like, thick stone slab door.
Let's try the other one.
Alright.
You walk your way around the other side.
Is the one locked as well?
No, it's actually unlocked.
Oh. Push it open.
Yep. Door opens up. For some reason, I can't do that, though, but...
Gun raised.
What do we see?
Inside this room looks to be a lone single bed, a pile of bones, and a basket just full of discarded weaponry.
Perception or investigation to examine the bones.
I am also going to detect magic.
That is a modified 1.
Modified 1? Yeah, they sure are bones. Definitely made of some
16.
form of calcium. One thing that you notice, Wolfgang, is that based on, like, it looks like there are 3 people's bones here, all of which are male.
Do they look fresh?
No, not particularly. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. They're definitely stripped of meat.
I know I had a really low investigation, but are they rib cages or are they just arms and legs?
There's ripped, like there's whole skeletons.
3 men.
Is there any babies?
No.
Okay. 3 men and baby reference, okay.
3 men.
3 men are dead.
Their bones were intact, though, I believe.
Yeah.
Were they?
Yeah, they don't see, like, I mean, they're definitely scattered. It's not like full skeletons, but they're...
I was talking about the corpses we found. They weren't deboned. They were just deblooded.
Yeah, those were all just deblooded.
Can we
That's
tell
not
what
them.
can we tell what race the bones are?
With Wolfgang's check, they seem mostly human, maybe half-elf.
All human. One might be a half-elf, but I can't really tell by bone structure.
What about the box of weapons over there?
Investigate that one too.
I guess so.
Nick, do we investigate that one?
Do you?
Yes. 9.
17.
17. They seem to be old, worn weapons. None particularly magical. Seem like they've seen some wear and tear over the years.
It doesn't seem like there's anyone in that bed, right?
No, it's empty.
Okay.
Definitely looks well used, though.
Check under the bed for monsters.
Asmon checks under the bed for monsters.
There's
I'm
no
sure-
monsters under the bed.
I'm checking under the bed for a key.
Okay. I'll let your previous investigation roll on that one. There's no key under there.
Asmo walks back into the room. and walks back around to where the barrels are and starts knocking on each of the barrels individually.
Hold on a sec. Before you do that, you do like while you're coming out of that room, you hear a pop.
Perception?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception as you're coming around the side.
11.
13.
I'll show you what you see in just a moment.
In a single second.
Yeah, you see that the door has popped itself open.
Oh, ain't that freaky?
What brings you
Wolfgang.
down here? You hear a voice. And Osmo, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
10.
It's a kind voice. You promised to protect me. Why are you here? Why would you try to hurt me? And as you hear this voice, a sultry, beautiful-looking woman pops around the corner. Don't let him hurt me. You feel your hands reach towards your knives. As you turn to Wolfgang, you smile. You're not going to let anybody hurt her. And I need you to roll initiative.
Fuck.
I've... No one will hurt her.
Damn it. 9.
Do I roll my initiative?
Yeah, roll initiative.
Okay. 23.
Wolfgang, before you can say a word, Asmo lunges at you. Fight!
Roll battle!
Oh, man.
This is where you can yell out.
Well, once it's his turn, he can.
Yeah.
Okay, so I lunge myself at him. Do I have to roll anything, or what do I?
You're attacking him, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I
Tell
thought
me
you
what
were
you're doing.
Oh, I don't. Okay, in character, I'm just gonna take a swing at it with fire hand, I guess. Sorry. 22.
That hits.
All right, roll your damage.
9.
9 fire damage as Fire Ant swings at you. You're like, Osmo, hold on. Shink. Yeah, you look at this man's eyes, Osmo. This man is the reason that you've been put in this kind of danger. If you hadn't gotten caught up in this bullshit... Alright, that was your first attack.
I think you cut out at the end of what you were saying there. I missed what you said.
Sorry,
Cut up in this
basically,
kind
like
of bullshit. And
if you hadn't been caught up in this bullshit, that's all I said.
oh,
That's what's
it's
going through
bullshit.
your head.
And I pull out another dagger, and I just go for a dagger stab. Another dagger stab. 20.
That's
7. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Wolfgang.
As one shoulder of yours is burning, the second blade pierces your other shoulder, and he's just staring you in the eyes.
I'm burning one of my spell slots.
Alright. The
Weak-minded motherfucker! I cast.
hold on. It's not your turn.
Okay, but I have.
There is a
reaction.
third party here. Oh, you have a reaction?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I cast Heavenly Rebuke.
Oh no.
You're about to eat me, aren't you? Eat!
Go ahead and roll its damage.
That's 20 fire damage.
Jesus. Okay, Asmo, you get another will save.
Yeah, make a dexterity saving throw.
And a dex save first.
Okay.
Dex save first.
15.
Just barely.
Oh, you make it. You only take half that. I think. That's
So you
the,
take
that's
10
the
fire damage.
Oh man.
And you get to make another wisdom save.
3.
Oh
Nope,
my
you
God.
are still, and you are now more pissed at this man than ever. He just burned you in front of the beautiful Clara. How
And-
dare he?
Asmo just pulls out both knives and just licks them along his tongue. And just drops down into what I can only describe as a Slav squat snake pose.
Yeah, Clara gets up behind you, just kind of caresses your cheek. Don't let him hurt me.
Do I see this?
Oh yeah, you see her. And she kisses you on the cheek. And
Asma rubs his hand up beside her face.
yeah, and you feel empowered by this kiss. However, you do lose 4 maximum HP.
Hopefully temporarily.
For now.
Oh.
All right, Wolfgang, now it is your turn.
All right.
This would be a time for you to call out for help if you did want it.
How loud is the heavenly rebuke, by the way?
It's,
You know what? That's actually a good point.
It's
Denir, go ahead and roll a perception check.
It's just like a big Cthulhu sound, like a
Bang!
13.
I'll say that's just a little too muffled that your conversation with Sandra right now might overcover it. Let's see if Miguel fares any better. Not with a nat 1, he don't.
Oh.
Sorry. All right, Wolfgang,
No.
you're...
I would know this is a succubus, right?
Yes. Well, you can definitely tell that she's charmed him.
This essentially
And,
is
by the way, no, you wouldn't, because you've never seen something like this.
Oh, that's right.
really fast. Essentially, this is that small vine of all women are queens. If she breathes, she's a thought.
Basically. All right, your move.
I'm trying to figure out what the name of this particular move is. Ah, yes. All right, so
Called a code breaker.
Shut up!
I'm sorry.
Okay, so I look up to the ceiling. I grasp my shoulder wounds. I just say, "I'm gonna need some help down here!" Really loudly.
I'll allow that to be heard. Denir, go ahead and roll initiative as Miguel and you stand up when you hear that, and Sandra produces a dagger from her vest as she starts to attack you.
22.
Oh.
She gets a 22 to hit with her surprise round. She was readying she had an action ready for if this happened.
Oh my god.
And when you get stabbed by this, you take 5 piercing damage and 4 necrotic damage. So 9 damage total.
Damn.
Yeah, as you feel the blood getting sucked from your veins by this blade. And Miguel is going to roll his initiative. So we're going to have 2 initiatives going in 2 completely different areas.
That's wild.
Yes, thank you for splitting the party.
This is...
All right, I'm going to resolve this this round with Sandra first.
Okay.
Or actually, no, I'm going to allow Wolfgang to resound the rest of his round first.
Okay, so after I say that, I'm going to look directly at Asmo, look directly at this lady, and I activate Radiant Soul.
All right,
So
she's kind of giving you a coy smile, but go ahead and click Radiant Soul.
Radiant Soul, hiya.
A blinding flash of light emanates from Wolfgang as some translucent wings appear on his back.
And I look straight at this beast and I say, "Let go of his mind, you damnable slut, or I will make a slip and slide out of your skin!"
She seems a little surprised and taken aback by what you are right now.
Can I roll Intimidate?
Go ahead.
20 modified.
She gets a modified 21 as she caresses Osmo's cheek.
Frick!
Don't let him hurt me, please.
I will.
All right. Denir, what was your 22 initiative? You're up.
All right. Denir is going to activate. He's he's going to begin heading downstairs. He's going to call out to
Sandra attacks you again as you start to walk away from her.
Oh, yeah, you're locked in combat with Sandra.
Nat 20.
Shield.
Okay, that's your reaction, right?
Reaction.
The shield is not going to stop a nat 20 from hitting, I'm afraid.
No, but it's going to pop my my arcane ward and protect my health points, my hit points.
Fair enough. Good point. All right. As that dagger, shit. Okay, that's a 4.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed the last
6.
episode of Ties That Bind, everybody.
It's been so good so far, actually. All I know is my character's going to have lots of crazy demon sex after this. Really happy for you, Osmo. You really cleaned it up.
You really got that one, Osmo. All right, you take 10 piercing and 9 necrotic damage from this crit as she drives it into your spine.
Okay.
You will not hurt my daughter, you little bastard. You can continue heading downstairs if you'd like.
Oh no.
Never mind, I'm done.
She's got claws!
I'm going to
She's
move.
got claws!
How big is the kitchen?
You're kind of at the back end of it. You're close to the stairwell.
Okay. I'm going to put about 35 feet between me and her. Denier lifts...
I don't think there's enough room in the kitchen. Like, you'd have to go all the way back towards the entranceway.
Okay, then I'll put a little bit of space, as far as I can, between me and her.
Wait, did I get my bonus action?
What was that?
Did I get my bonus action?
No, I don't believe you used it. Sorry. What was that?
I wanted to use Misty Step to get away.
All right, I'll let you maneuver yourself, but go ahead and count that as your used spell.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, Denier, go ahead.
Denier lifts his hand. A ball of fire appears into it. He twists it. It splits into 3. Denier snarls, and he unleashes a scorching ray on Sandra.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
First hit is a 10.
That'll miss.
Second hit is a 14.
That'll hit.
Third hit is a 20.
That'll hit. Yeah,
So-
roll the 2 damages on it.
Okay. And 8 and 6.
Yeah, that burns her pretty damn good. She... As she kind of like stumbles back into the kitchen a little bit. Or stumbles back a little bit. Now, Miguel will use his turn to whip out his crossbow. Fuck, another nat 20.
Oh!
From my brother, you cunt. Jesus.
Jesus!
And Wolfgang, as you materialize at the bottom of the stairs, from up top, you hear, "This is for my brother, you cunt!"
Whoa.
And thud, 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 thud.
Well, she turned into a man.
Pretend it's a woman.
That's not your mother, it's a man, baby!
Yeah, her corpse lands at the bottom of the stairs. Just kind of looking up at you. Save her. And her eyes roll into the back of her head. She's dead. Denier, you can now go downstairs.
Mage armor. Mage armor, please.
You're not. It's not your turn, but
Yeah.
Osmo, Wolfgang disappeared in a cloud of mist, but you can kind of see him in the doorway over there.
Osmo starts jumping all along the barrels towards him.
But she said, "Don't let them hurt me. I am no longer trying to hurt her."
He just gets right. Well, actually, what would a brain-controlled Osmo do in this situation, Nick? I'd like to err on the side of the DM here.
She basically, you know she is not safe as long as these guys are alive.
Okay, that's what I figured. So I never actually had to play a mind-controlled character before. When it happened in another game, the DM took over. So forgive me, forgive me for the awkwardness at the beginning of this.
I like leaving it to player control. For example, I'm not stopping you from not using one of your short swords.
One of my which?
You pulled out a second dagger rather than a short sword, which you would have normally done in combat, is my guess.
I pulled out 2 daggers because we're in super close combat, and I was already stabbed him with a dagger. The logic was, since I have a dagger, and I mean, just another
that's
dagger
fine.
would be easier, because it's a stab rather than a slice. Yeah!
I mean,
So
short swords are stabby weapons anyway. But go ahead, make your move.
Osmo's going to jump on the barrels and, like, wait at the door. Wait, like, just ready to go. Like, just jumps up and scuttles up. Acts more like a snake than he normally does. Do you have to roll a athletics check at all?
Yeah, acrobatics to get over the barrels.
What a time for a good roll. 17.
Yeah, you just like hop them, and you can hop them pretty much without counting them as difficult terrain.
So, and that
Which
is...
means you can get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You could get all the way to the doorway if you wanted.
That's what Oswald's gonna do. Just runs like, yeah. You remember that one guy from the Dead Zone movie, the one with the swords, who jumps through the air running at Goku? I'm doing that right now with my blades. I run up to the door and like, and I'm there. I'm ready to go. Do I get a will save this turn too?
No, only when you get hit.
Okay.
And she will follow suit and just kind of sit back here watching you for now. You feel the glow of her love as you stand there in the doorway. All right. Let's see, I do believe that brings us to Wolfgang.
Yep. I'm just trying to think. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Out of spell slots kind of hurts.
All right. As soon as he pops his head towards the doorway, I hold my palm out and I cast Sacred Flame.
All right, so you're going to cast Sacred Flame right in his face?
No, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast. Actually,
Okay.
Oh fuck! I'm about to hit those barrels. Okay, here we go.
Roll the blast with your palm gun.
11.
I think that
Mind
misses.
crush. I could use a mind crush right now.
Yeah, Osmo, you see a white flame start to emanate from the doorway as you snake your way up to it, and you dodge your head to the side as a beam of brilliant radiant energy flies across and strikes the wall behind you, nearly hitting your beloved Clara.
Ah!
How high is the ceiling in this place?
I'd say it's about 10 feet up. Like from the bottom of the stairway.
All right. I am going to use my bonus action to pop 3 procs of my healing light.
Okay. Fuck this. Go ahead and roll that out.
14.
Okay. Didn't pop up on the screen, but... Oh, there it is. 14? Yep. Okay, you regained 14 hit points, which I think is a little over what you had taken so far. Maybe a little under.
It's a little under.
Okay.
All right.
And with that, Denier, it is your turn.
And Denier doesn't know I'm mind controlled, correct?
Does not know yet, no.
Oh boy!
Denier is going to cast Mage Armor on himself. He's going to move forward, and he's going to call out to Wolfgang. Oi, what's going on in there? That's a
I'll
free
let you
action.
I'll let you reply one as a free action.
Osmo's been charmed.
Ah, shit. All right. Denier has Mage Armor now. His AC is boosted up to 16. And I believe from here I have a line of sight on Asmo, correct?
Yeah. I'd say it's with disadvantage just because of the doorway and Wolfgang being in the way, but...
Well, I already cast in Mage Armor. So, follow-up question.
Oh, okay.
Just curious. For my spells, can I knowingly and purposely make my spells weaker than they normally are?
No, I do not believe you can. I mean, you could... Yeah, I don't think you can.
Okay.
I don't think you can cast them at minimal level without them losing their efficacy.
Okay.
All right.
That is my turn.
All right. Miguel's going to come down from the top. 20, 25, 30. What's happening, cousin?
Just turns around, full energy wings on display with 2 stab wounds in his shoulders.
He just kind of like, he's kind of in awe at you, Lil. My God. What are we dealing with?
Some sort of temptress. Oh wait, I'm fine actually. I have 22 hit points.
Yeah.
Some sort of temptress. She's taken control of my friend.
Aww.
He's going to do a little roll adjustment. Just keep keep his crossbow trained on the entrance if anything pops through. I got you covered.
Thanks.
Asmo, we're back up to you.
Oh wow.
Suppose I should mark this appropriately. She did.
Wouldn't it be a frowny face because of the whole family being dead thing?
Well, the daughter's still alive, technically. Your move, Osmo, by the way.
Oh, it's my move? Okay.
Yeah.
Osmo runs around the corner and immediately tries to stab with his daggers he has out.
All right. As you move around the corner, Miguel takes a shot at you. 18 will hit, yeah?
Oh, yes, it will.
All right. You take 7 damage as a crossbow bolt pierces your ribs.
Ah!
And you can make another wisdom save.
8!
These motherfucking Connollys! All causing shit! Fuck them! And you can make your attack at will.
You're not as stupid, Masters. You won't get this one.
Dagger, 13.
On me?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Goes with a fire ant afterwards. 11.
Nope.
Yeah, he's just swinging wildly as this pain is coursing through his rib cage.
What's the matter, huh? Can't hit me when you can't get the drop on me, are you?
Wolfgang,
Come on,
your turn.
motherfucker!
Your move, Wolfgang.
Fuck, I already used my spell slots. Damn, that would.
If you are interested in just knocking him out of it, remember you can use your gun as a club.
That is true.
Grapple up circle. Do it for me.
Or you can just shoot him.
No,
Just
I'm
whatever,
gonna-
really.
No, I put my gun up to his shoulder and I pull the trigger.
Oh, no.
All right, roll to hit with your gun.
Oh, you're pulling
Roll
the
to gun.
14.
No.
Damn it!
Yeah, as you pull it up there, Osmo jerks down to the side and. Denier, it is your move.
Shoot her. Shoot.
Unless you'd like to make a move, like a positioning move.
No,
seeing if
I'm good.
seeing if I have any bonus actions.
Taka, I'm going to save you. This is going to hurt like a bitch, though.
I'm just surprised. I honestly was waiting. I honestly was waiting for someone to just kick me in the nuts.
Oh! Denier raises his hand. As he does, a number of arcane bolts appear in his hand, and he fires 3 magic missiles at Asmo. Since
Alright.
this is 3 specific hits.
Yep, it is 3 individual hits.
Oh,
Go ahead and
also give-
roll the first damage as
Oh.
3 bolts of pure magic energy sail towards you.
Oh no! What is it?
It's just a eep. Okay,
Four.
so okay, hold on. For the 4, roll a wisdom save.
Oh my god!
Slap! Motherfucker!
Okay.
All right.
And then-
As another bolt strikes you in the midsection, I want you to make another wisdom save.
5.
Nope.
Oh, come on.
And then as the third one careens into your jaw, I want you to make a third wisdom save.
12.
Dear God, no. Oh, this poor bastard. Yeah, you just got clobbered by magic
12.
missiles.
Oh my God, I'm down to. Oh man, I'm getting knocked out.
Well, that's one way to get out of it.
That's true.
That
All
ends Daenerys' turn.
Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Yeah, I hope nothing ever hits me. Like, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
Is pretty bad. This has gotten pretty bad. All right. Well, Miguel's call. Motherfucker. He's gonna come up and he's going to basically beat you with the back end of his crossbow.
He's something personal to me.
Yeah. I'm assuming a 21 will hit you.
Oh yes, indeedy do.
All right. Let me. There it is. You take 3 damage from this, and you can make one more wisdom save.
Ah, no!
Jesus!
Stay with
Poor
advantage!
Osmo!
Please stay with advantage in his eyes. Ow!
Stop hurting me! And he goes for another. He goes to beat you again with it. With an 18 to hit.
It hits!
Okay. Another 3 damage.
I'm down to 1!
All right, make another wisdom save.
16!
You make it!
Yeah! Go Gaga!
Ah!
I vomit!
As you choke up a couple teeth.
What the fuck? What are you guys? What are you guys doing? Ow! Ow!
You stabbed me, motherfucker!
Oh, did you deserve it?
No!
What is that?
You
What's
turn
happening?
around and you see a woman with horns on her head and a very alluring body, and she looks a little like Clara. And she's not happy. She has 2 wings on her back, and she's like kind of floating towards you.
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. With a nat 1, she looks like she's going to start caressing towards you, but then her hand like claws up, and you see these claws in her hand, but you reach up and you catch it with your hand as she's trying to claw at you. And that look of kindness in her eyes has turned to this look of anger.
Do I get a reaction attack?
You know what? With that nat 1 and the fact that you caught her hand, I'll allow you to attack with your offhand weapon.
I go for a bite.
Oh, okay.
Natural 20!
Whoa! Yeah, that'll hit.
Dude, I bite her right on her neck.
You played with my mind, you whore!
It's just like...
Roll your bite damage and then roll your venom damage.
Also, the bite lets me actually heal up too, right? Hungry Jaws?
Yes.
All right, I'll roll my bite damage. That is... Oh my Christ. Also, poison's rigged to that. You actually set that up, so the...
Yes. You have 4 piercing damage.
4
and
poison.
4 poison damage. And go ahead and click Hungry Jaws.
In battle, you can throw yourself into a vicious feeding frenzy. As a bonus action, you make a special attack with your bite. The attack hits, it deals its normal damage, and you gain temporary hit points, minimum of 1, equal to your Constitution modifier.
All right, this is an extra bonus action. I don't think I can allow this one, but
All right,
you
I still
do get the crit on the bite though.
I like
You deal 8 damage to her as she's like.
I just
kinda
like
taken
bite.
aback by it.
I bite right down on her neck. I get some good monster blood.
Yeah, your jaws are like in her flesh, like straight down over her shoulder, around her back a bit. Like you unhinged your jaw a bit for that one.
Oh yeah.
And she doesn't look too happy about it. Wolfgang, your turn. Osmo
right.
has her pinned down.
Alright, well, while she's pinned down, I'm just gonna point that gun right at her fucking head and pull the trigger.
Roll with advantage.
Okay.
I'm afraid
11.
that won't hit.
God damn it.
She's jostling around enough that it knocks your gun to the side and ping!
Ugh.
Denier, it is your move.
Seeing that Asmo is in combat with her, and seeing as I have a good shot, I would like to cast Magic Missile as a 2nd level spell.
Do it.
Alright, so that will give me 4 bolts. 3, 5, 4, 2. That is 14 damage to her.
14, 8. Yeah, and these things, like, they continue to jostle. Osmo, you feel as, like, the...
It is force damage
Yeah.
in case there's any kind of a damage
Yeah,
resistance.
you feel as the force of these bolts that are careening straight from Denier's palm strike her in her face, and she jostles backward. Bam, 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 bam! But you're still got her deep in your bite.
Fuck yeah.
Miguel holds up his crossbow and fires a shot. It loses 10 damage into her, like the bolt goes into her eye. And she just lets out a howling scream, and like as she opens her mouth, Asma, you can't see this, but anybody else who's looking at her, like there's these fangs, just sharp, pointy teeth in her mouth as she almost begins to look a little feral. As Osmo's gripping one of her hands and biting down on her with its jaw, and she's just flailing. All right, Asmo, it is now your turn again.
Okay, so I got her pretty much in a grapple because of my bite right now, essentially, is what you're saying?
Yeah, she is in a grapple with you.
I activate Second Wind immediately.
All right. You draw on a limited well of stamina and draw to protect yourself from harm. On your
Bonus
turn, 1d10 plus your fighting level. Okay, roll your d10 and
3,
plus your fighter level, so you get an additional
7 altogether.
7 health back.
I'm up to
I
8
think
now.
that's a bonus action, yeah? Okay, so now you still have your attack action.
Beautiful. I only have 1 attack though because I popped my bonus action.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
have,
I got her
you
in
have
that-
one free hand and you have her in a grapple with your bite.
All right. So what Asmo's gonna do is he's just gonna take the lovely fire ant and like stab it right into her while he's got her grappled. I'm
All
guessing
right,
that hits.
roll to hit.
Was that with advantage because I'm grappled with her?
I don't think so, actually.
Okay. 18 anyways.
That'll hit.
And that's
regardless.
flame.
Yep.
7 fire damage.
Using it for its fire damage. Yeah, as you stab it in through the ribs, you feel like you would have hit the heart, but she's still just screaming there. She doesn't look like she has much left in her though, but it is her move now. And she's going to try to bring down a claw on you. But a 15 to hit will not do it. As she swings down, she kind of like grazes part of your scales. And she tries to go for it again. And fails again, just as she's flailing about. Does not feel like she's much of a fighter. Wolfgang, it is your move.
Okay. Requiem's not working. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on her again.
Directly on her.
Yeah, directly at her.
Okay. Click that spell real quick.
Actually, I never cast it in the first place. Hee-haw.
Yeah, it's a cantrip,
Good!
right?
Great! 1 radiant damage. Make a dexterity saving throw.
That's going to be with disadvantage since she's grappled. Actually, I don't even think she can make a save because she's grappled. Doesn't matter anyway. She's not getting out of that. She takes 1 radiant damage.
Actually, she takes... She takes 5 radiant damage, actually, because of Radiant Soul.
Oh, that's correct. And since she's... Yeah, as that blinding light pierces, like, ignites on her face, like, her body seems to ignite in this white fire. Asmo, you have to let go because the heat is so intense. And as she ignites with this fire, she begins to burn and scream into the night as the skeleton falls to the floor. Clara is no more.
What the hell happened? The hell happened? I saw her. I think. Oh, like.
Oswald just starts vomiting. Got a lot of her blood in his mouth.
Yeah, you couldn't have prepared for something like this, Asmo. Don't feel bad about it.
Miguel walks up to her. What the fuck is she?
I'll look through my book of lore to see if there's anything at all about this.
Go ahead and roll investigation. Or I guess knowledge.
Natural 20.
Nothing. There is nothing in there about anything like this. There are things that charm people, but none of them meet this description of a beautiful woman.
My father's journal.
The closest thing you can find is some type of siren. But this does not, like, they seem to be, closer to the coasts, and this is definitely not that. I mean, you've never seen a siren, but...
Nothing in here.
Look at these fucking teeth.
Sort of like a siren, but not aquatic.
Is it just her?
It's just a pile of bones.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn to a blank page in the entry and start just making a sketch and writing some notes about what I just saw. Like, has the ability to charm people, fangs, horns, wings, stuff like that.
I'm looting Sandra. I want whatever she hit me with.
You find on her person a very similar looking dagger to what you saw before. This one's a bit more, well, let's say blood-stained in nature. Like, it's definitely a redder hue to the steel.
Mm-hmm.
But you find another dagger with the gem stuck in its side.
Looky what I got, boys. I show the dagger.
Osmo just steps over her body and goes to the room. Just goes to the room where she came from.
All right.
Osmo just steps in. What does he see?
You see what looks to be an open tomb. It seems stained red with blood. There's blood all over the place in this room, just blood stains. Some of it fresh, some of it older. It seems caked into the rock.
Oh my god.
Osmo just kind of slides down the door still, along the edge of a door, and just sits there essentially, and that's it for him right now.
Well,
I suppose
there's been a lot to process today.
Yeah, I suppose this ends one investigation.
I suppose so. I should go inform the mayor, I guess.
I suppose so. Now I just need to find those fucking knife ears.
Cousin.
Hmm.
Thank you. And Miguel just kind of silently and sternly walks up the stairs.
Hey.
Yeah.
I was in the capital a while back. Sort of why we're up here now.
You went back home, eh?
Saw the old Connolly household. It's not under our ownership anymore.
I don't imagine it would be.
I'm getting it back, though. I've got a plan. If you ever drop by the capital, I'm thinking, maybe why don't you stop by?
I think I'll take you up on that, cuz. Maybe meet that little boy of yours.
I think you'll like what I do with the place.
I bet I will. But I got some business to finish up here first.
Take care, cousin.
You too.
We'll
He
be in
steps out
touch.
back into the bar. You hear kind of a commotion upstairs as he tries to take the piece, but you guys continue your investigation down here. You look over the items that they have. Clara doesn't have anything on her, obviously. She's pile of bones, but you can take whatever pieces of her you want just for reference. And Sandra had that dagger with the gem inside of it.
I'm interested in the dagger, and I'm also interested in the cloak.
The cloak, that's still upstairs. I mean, she's not wearing it right now. But...
Yep. And I'm going to be picking it up once we go back upstairs.
Okay. Well, I will let you have the cloak of... I was calling it the cloak of incognito.
Ooh, that's a good name.
Oh.
Yeah, so you have the cloak of incognito in your inventory. And we will deal with the fallout of this investigation next time on Roll With Me.